Deontay Bay, peace and blessings to the collective. Rahu in the 11th, Ketu in the 5th. What does this Rahu Ketu axis mean, right? What is the purpose? What is it serving? What is it moving towards? How does one find balance and, churn the Amrita out of the ocean with this particular axis, right? So getting to it, Rahu in the 11th is a pretty strong placement. It's a very strong placement, right? The 11th house, which is the natural sign of Aquarius, which Rahu happens to be the co-ruler of in Vedic astrology, it pretty much aligns with everything Rahu wants and is going for, right? It's pretty much a synergistic combination. The way it's free and clear, there's nothing really that's going to stop Rahu from obtaining that which it wants, right? Uh, so yeah, it's a great placement for Rahu, right? Rahu in this house, it can showcase a person that has an obsession and a hyperfixation with reaching fame, recognition, higher echelon type of living, like celebrity. Not even just for self, but you feel me, also in connection with groups of people, you know what I'm saying, and with circles of people who are of purpose, high reputation, and high mission, you know what I'm saying. You feel me, the best of the best, elitism, right, futurism, forward thinking. Did I say higher echelon type living? What else? What else? What else? Advancement, evolution. You know what I'm saying? Not even just evolution, but evolution of the collective. Being focused on the evolution of the collective, or you know what I'm saying? The unification and forward advancement of the group, everybody, you know what I'm saying, living on some hungry type of shit. The upside of this particular Rahu placement is very cunning. It's very smart, intellectual, damn near genius. You feel me? Can damn near show somebody who's a genius. You know what I'm saying? Has a real sharp and precise way and method of thinking. You know what I'm saying? Has a clear vision as to where it wants to go. You feel me? And the things that need to be done in order to get there. You know what I'm saying? It often knows how to speed up or quicken the process of evolution in an efficient manner, right? Know how to get to the bag quicker, or know how to get to the connections quicker. You feel me? You know how to connect people, know how to, bring projects together and do all of these things. And it actually is in a good manner. It's not in a, Rahu usually, it's quick action can lead to fail, but in the 11th house, it's quick actions and its cunning ability, actually benefits it a lot more than not. So Rahu in the 11th. Why is Rahu so obsessed with this particular power or evolution of the 11th house? You feel me? So we got Ketu in the 5th house. The 5th house deals with, punya, past life punya, or past life blessings, that inheritance, the things that you carry over to this life and are just given, basically. And this is showcased by the gifts contained within their DNA, the gifts, the genetic information that's passed down, from your ancestral lineage. You know what I'm saying? The things that you don't necessarily have to work or labor for, they're just given to you. Natural talents or whatnot. Not only natural talents, but the cultural, traditional background of your forefathers. You know what I'm saying? Your family. You know what I'm saying? Your culture, your hood. Where you from. All that. You know what I'm saying? And your reputation as well, and your authority as well. You know what I'm saying? Your authority and power of command or whatnot. So with the 5th house, with Ketu being in the 5th, a person pretty much has a good mastery and the understanding of this particular level. But the dislike and the dispassion comes about due to the limitation experience in regards to the cultural, traditional background, right? So this can showcase a number of things. It can showcase, you feel me, it being issues with one of your parents, or both of your parents, or you pretty much being like a black sheep, not necessarily being fully accepted. The tradition or the way that you was brought up, you know what I'm saying, it was a lot of things that you didn't agree with, a lot of things that you seen as just not right or not truthful. You feel me? And you just want to, you don't have the passion for it that you might have once had, or you might have never had it, right? You just don't have a passion or a zest for it. You just don't care for that type of shit. You know, you want to evolve, you want to do better than your parents. You know what I'm saying? You want to go beyond. You want to, you're the one who's going to carry the lineage into something new. You're going to expand the lineage. It's something that you come to break or to drop some type of, I wouldn't call it curse, but some type of limitation that you've come with Rahu in the 11th to break, to drop. You feel me? You come to further not only your lineage but the collective in some way, and break out of that limited set of thinking or cultural background or whatever, right? Um, K2 in the fifth, for some reason, as a side note, it can also show that a person has a problem conceiving a barren child. Uh, I've seen a lot of women's charts. They don't have a child, or if they have a child, they have it later in life, or if they had it earlier in life. You feel me? There was some type of problem or complication in with the child. The child may show signs, certain degrees of autism, or the birth just wasn't necessarily the smoothest process. You feel me? K2 in the fifth, it's a problem with the genetic lineage, and not only receiving that truthfully but passing it down. But on the flip side, K2 in the fifth can show a person with a heightened intuition. You feel me? Can show a person with a natural spiritual awareness or a natural spiritual authority. You know what I'm saying? An ability to see clearly and to see through certain deceptions or situations spiritually, right? A natural medium. K2 in the fifth can be. So how do you balance this axis, or how do you mitigate the issues of this axis? You don't, when it comes to K2, you don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. You don't completely leave whatever culture, whatever tradition, whatever ways of your fathers, or authority, governance, those type of things. You don't completely leave it. K2 can often be dispassionate or unregulated with certain rules or customs that can invite more problems into the person's life via the 11th house and the pursuits of Rahu. So the customs of K2, or the customs of the fifth house, right, is somewhat religious in a way, with the fifth house being the Bhavam of Sagittarius. So, the fifth house is the ninth from the ninth house, and the ninth house is the fifth from the fifth house. So the Sagittarius and Leo, they have or the fifth house and the ninth house, they have a interesting relationship. The Sun and Jupiter, you feel me? They both kind of tie into religion and governance. Both of them, right? With the fifth house, you can say this is the type of religion, tradition, and governance that is like, um, thou shalt not kill, or if you're a woman, you feel me, you should wait until you're married, or woman or man, you should wait until you're married to have sex and to have kids, right? You know what I'm saying? It's a certain system, it's a certain way of doing things, it's a certain tradition. We do this ritual on a blood moon, or we fast for this amount of days in this particular time. It's certain rules, it's certain principles, it's certain things that are put in place or that are set forth in order to protect the ones who are coming up, and ensure that they have enough strength in their own person and their spiritual authority, or their natural authority, their sovereign authority, and their ability to govern their self and their own affairs within this particular world. If we are to ignore too much, or if we are to discard certain rules and certain principles of the fifth house, it can often lead to, well, she got 3 kids and 3 baby daddies. You know what I'm saying? And now this comes with a host of different issues that never had to happen. Or This nigga got a irremovable disease. You feel me? That didn't have to take place, right? It's all because, and I'm just making certain examples, but you feel me? It's thousands and thousands of examples that can be expounded on. But the moral of my point is that, you feel me, the disregard of certain types of authority, governing systems, traditions, set rules, and things like that. The disregard of that can invite complication and issue into the life. You know, Ketu in the fifth, seeing a lot of charts. You know, it can cause problems in getting married in certain women or whatnot, right? Uh, which not being married can possibly or potentially lead to other issues in that woman's life, right? Or in a person's life period or whatnot. But basically with the K2, you don't want to completely give up on certain traditions or certain rules, you know what I'm saying? Uh Certain customs of the family, you know what I'm saying? The natural gifts that you have as well, you don't want to completely give that up. You want to tap into that more, you know what I'm saying? And put that to use, put that to use in your 11th house pursuits, you feel me? Rahu in the 11th, you don't want to be too gun-ho or become too obsessive with fame, reaching this high level of name and recognition or whatever the fuck, you feel me? Because then you'll get to the point to where you really can sacrifice a motherfucker just to just to reach your goal, and you really gonna experience the super negative side of the 11th house, which Parashara even said itself. I think Parashara he considers the 11th house to be like an evil house because it is a house of strong desire, and if the desire is strong enough, it definitely can lead to you getting something that you thought you wanted, but you really ain't wanted. So you kind of gotta, you feel me, make sure that you taming the desire of the 11th house in a way. There's nothing wrong if you're fighting or if you're going for a beneficial, truly beneficial purpose. And that's the thing about the 11th house desire. If it's often situated properly, it's a limitation that you're trying to break or reach, but it kind of carries like a spiritual appeal or a spiritual energy to it in a way. Why do I say this? The 11th is 12 from the 12th. You know what I'm saying? So the 11th is the Bavat Bavam of the 12th, right? So in a way, certain things that might make us feel limited or certain things that might make us feel capsuled in or might feel impossible, the 11th is trying to break that subconscious limitation, and you feel me? Push forward, go beyond in a scientific way, not necessarily always just a horny or overly obsessive way, in a Saturnian way, if you will. So but yeah, with the Rahu in the 11th, use the talents of the K2 in the fifth. You know what I'm saying? To blend it into or capitalize and use it to facilitate fame, or when you reach this higher level of reputation or this higher level of recognition. When you get into these spaces, don't forget where you came from. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget your background. Use your story, your testimony as a light and as something that can help possibly guide others who come from similar backgrounds or from similar stories as you do, right? um stay down to earth. You feel me? Stay connected to your ancestors, or you feel me? Certain spiritual rules and regulations, cultural traditions, all that. Like stay in touch with that. Stay in tune with that. You know what I'm saying? Don't get too caught up in the limelight. Deontay Bay.